Photographers and filmmakers buy and sell camera gear all the time, and unfortunately, I am no exception to that rule. This year, I sold my Leica SL2S and bought the Canon R6 Mark II, and I feel like I'm at a place where my camera bag is going to be stable for a while. So I'm excited to share with you what my camera gear looks like for 2025 and probably going into 2026. Share what each camera does, what purpose it serves, why I bought it, how I feel about it, all those good things. First up is the Canon C70, which I am filming with right now. I'm using the Canon 24 f1.4 as my lens. I've used this camera on a couple of films this year and excited to do more with it. I need a dedicated cinema camera, and while the C300 Mark II really helps me hone in on my visual style as a filmmaker, using it as a solo filmmaker was just really cumbersome. The design of the body was really long, and that just doesn't make for a great all-day camera carry without rigging it up or putting on a tripod or a monopod or an easy rig. I couldn't handhold it all day and get steady footage. And while that may sound crazy, I do a lot of outdoor and environmental work, and I needed something that could kind of keep up with me without me needing to do a whole lot of rigging. So the Canon C70 felt like a natural next step. I know a lot of people don't like this chunky DSLR form factor, but the form factor makes it so much easier to carry all day. And the battery life on the BP830s and the BP860s is incredible. So I don't personally feel the need to rig it up and to get what I want out of it. I was a little concerned that it only used SD cards, but after traveling with it for a little bit, I kind of like that I don't have to use an adapter. I know that's controversial, but I really do kind of like that the SD cards can just go into my MacBook, download the footage, be done with it. You know, with the CFast cards that I was using on the Canon C300 Mark II, always had to have an adapter, and there was one time that I did forget it, so I just kind of had to wait to download footage until I got home, and that was not, for me, ideal. So I kind of like that the SD cards just work, and if I'm passing off footage to an editor to back up, then it's fairly easy for me to do that as well. So really liking that so far. I'm liking how it works. I'm liking that I haven't had any issues with overheating. I like that I don't really have to rig it out. In the future, the only upgrade I can probably see myself making is getting the Kinefinity EVF, and that will require a special type of BP860 that will allow me to plug the EVF in as a power source. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. It does everything I need. It can do everything from YouTube videos, and I can trust it in extreme heat in the South for documentaries. So far, I'm happy with it. I think this is going to be the cinema camera that I have for a very long time. Next up, you've probably already seen me talk about this, and it's the Canon R6 Mark II. I have my trusty 50mm f1.2 on it. Love this camera. Love what I've been able to do with it so far for photography. Haven't had any issues with autofocus. The autofocus is great. It is a slightly newer autofocus system than the Canon C70, and honestly, the Canon C70 autofocus is great to me. So getting something that's even better is crazy, but I really appreciate it. I really appreciate how responsive it is. I like that I can use the back screen while I'm using the EVF to select my focus point and move that around very quickly. I like that better than the joystick option. I really hope that they decide to bring in the option from the Canon R1 and R3 to that, because that joystick has like a sensor on it, so you can just kind of wave your thumb over it to select the focus point. Whew, that's perfect. Honestly, if they're gonna bring anything to the R6 Mark III, it needs to be that. I love that thing. Quite frankly, I wish they had brought it to the C50 and the R5 Mark II and every camera they make in the future. I think that's great, but maybe that's how they distinguish that between being a high-end pro body and flagship body versus the R6 Mark II, which is their kind of like prosumer photography camera. I don't know. I'm wishful thinking that Canon cares what I think, but that's what I would want, and quite frankly, was one of the reasons why I considered the R3, because I really like that body design. But the R6 Mark II gives me the weight savings that I really wanted when switching away from the Leica. So cannot complain there. And the battery life for me is still great, though I'm sure it's better on the R3 because that battery is huge. But so far, no complaints. I've had it for a couple months. I'll be doing a 3-month review of the Canon R6 Mark II. I think there's some interesting things that I've learned about it since using it, but I've really been enjoying it, and I think I'm gonna have it in my kit for a long time. Next up is probably an unexpected camera. This is my everyday camera. This is the Lumix GX7. By far not a new camera. I'm sure there's a Fuji X100 user that's like, why didn't you get a Fuji? You love Fuji colors. I do. I think after using it, I felt like 40 megapixels for everyday camera use was overkill. Like I really didn't need it for just capturing everyday stuff, like me going on walks or me going on trips with my family or family events or just hanging out, going to a record store on an off day. I don't need 40 megapixels to capture that. This is 16 megapixels, and quite frankly, it is more than enough. It does everything that I want. Really small form factor. I got this camera strap for it that I really like. I like the colors that I get out of it. I can shoot 4:3 with it. That was one of the reasons I got it. I really love 4:3. Leica made me fall in love with the 4:3 aspect ratio. So really been loving that. Shoots raw. Battery life doesn't need to be crazy because I don't use it very much. And I have the everyday filter by Short Stash and Polar Pro on the front of the lens. This 20mm f1.7 gives me a full frame equivalent of about 40 millimeters. And as someone who loves a good 50 millimeter, this is, you know, I hear the 40 is the new 50. So of course I had to try it out, and I've been liking it. I like it. It gets everything done that I need. So I'm excited to do a long-term review of that and just share my thoughts on it. I think it's not popular to say I'm going with a lower megapixel camera for an everyday camera, but it works. You know, it just does what you need it to do. You don't need a huge SD card for it. Gets the job done. I'm happy. Last but not least is a camera that I have not used very much on this channel. I used it a lot more when I was riding bikes and doing photo and video for a nonprofit that advocates for biking and pedestrian infrastructure. And that is the GoPro Hero 8. But I'm going to be using it a little bit differently on this channel going forward. So the GoPro Hero 8, again, not a new camera. I got it from a friend who also has a YouTube channel, Arlie of Bike Shop Girl. I'll link her channel below. She gave me this when she was also working with a bike brand to capture some footage while she was riding on bikes. So obviously a very popular action camera. I want to use it, as you can kind of see, I have this strap on it. I want to use it for some more POV type stuff. So strapping it to my chest, which is crazy, but I think it's going to be fun to see kind of my POV when I'm taking photos, when I'm out and about, just getting that different angle, when I'm at conferences and events, kind of getting that more discreet angle that doesn't take me out of the moment. I'm not a vlogger person. Like I really don't like to have my phone in front of my face while I'm just trying to be in the moment. And I think having this setup will allow me to be in the moment, but also get footage that would help make these videos better when I'm sharing things about my experiences with cameras, my experiences at events. I think this will help me illustrate that a little bit better. So I'm excited to use that. It goes up to 4K 60. I probably plan on using it in 4K 24 100% of the time. So I don't necessarily care about the specs of having 4K 120. It's not something I need to be happy. I think if I were to upgrade this, if I like this setup and I decide I want to upgrade, probably just going to get a similar camera that does either 5K 24 or 8K 24. I think those are the options on the market right now. So that's probably what I would be looking for, just a better high quality 24 frames per second image so that I can crop in if needed to different things and still get a really clean image. So those are the 4 cameras that are in my camera bag for 2025. I'm really excited to see how they carry me into 2026 and how much incredible stuff I can make with these cameras. So what's in your camera bag for 2025? What new gear have you bought that you're excited about? What gear did you sell that you didn't think you would sell? And what are you excited to make? That's what it's all about. All these things are tools to help me make things that I care about, both personally and professionally. So I hope you're doing the same thing. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one.